Hey, welcome to another episode of Open Minded Conversations. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel so you be updated on all my latest content. A lot of great content coming up this year, 2024. But 2024 is starting off with a bang. Everybody the shot heard around the world. This interview with Katt Williams. What I can say about Katt Williams, he don't hold back for anything. What he knows the truth. He not afraid to say the truth. Even though he's small in stature, he's big in heart. And what I can say from the things I've heard about Katt Williams, what everybody says about Katt Williams outside of, Hollywood and not, behind closed doors. A lot of people say he's a very generous person. That he'll give the shirt off his back for people, and so it's hard to believe that he's telling a lie, because a lot of people that talk about him, says that he's a stand-up dude. And so he had this big interview with Shannon Sharp on his show Club Shay Shay. Everybody's talking about this. I don't know how many views it has now, but last time I checked, when I saw it, it was around 10 million views. So I know it shot up. I know it's real high now. I haven't even checked, how many views it has now, but it's viral. It's huge. Everybody's talking about it on YouTube. And I thought I'd give my synopsis, my analytical thoughts on this interview. I saw the whole thing. Katt Williams, he went straight in. He went straight in. The only part I was confused on in this interview was his childhood. He talked about how he started off in comedy and stuff like that. That part was kind of confusing because he went kind of back and forth. First he stayed up north, and then he moved down to Florida around 13, 14. He left his home, and then he went to California, around a few places. He stayed in the hood and stuff like that. But first off, he talked, at the beginning, he got on Shannon Sharp. All these comedians came on. First, he talked about Ricky Smiley. How he said Ricky Smiley was kind of not telling the truth about stuff, as far as as far as Friday after next, that Ricky Smiley said when he was on the show that Katt Williams stole the money mic from him, and Katt Williams is saying, that's not true, about Ricky Smiley, that Katt Williams stole the part from him. But recently, Ricky Smiley came out and said that he did audition for the role. He didn't get it, and he thought that Katt Williams was, better for the role anyway. That's what he's saying. But Katt Williams says otherwise, that during that time, and if you notice in the interview, Katt Williams said during that time, Ricky Smiley was kind of sour about, Katt Williams taking that role of Money Mike at the moment. But I believe nobody else could do that role that Katt Williams did on Friday After Next. I think he was perfect for that role. Ice Cube came out later on. He talked about his view on the Katt Williams interview with Club Shay Shay, and he said that Ricky Smiley did go for the role, but he thought he wasn't the right one for it, Ricky Smiley. And so Katt Williams came and took the role, and Ricky Smiley was Santa Claus in the movie. And so that was what happened with that. But I believe Katt Williams, he dropped a lot of gems, even about life, even about the way he lived, raising his children by himself. Shannon Sharp asked him about marriage, and he said he wants to be married, but they have to be ready. He has children and stuff like that. But I thought it was interesting. Some parts like I said, I was kind of confused about, because chronologically it wasn't lining up to me about his life. But Katt Williams is a funny stand up. I love his Pimp Chronicles. The last one, it was okay. World War III, I believe it was. That wasn't bad. But I like the Pimp Chronicles, all those stand-ups he did. And I saw Ricky Smiley's stand-up. It was funny. He's in his element. And some people like the way he do his stand-up about church. I think that's his niche, church and Bernice Jenkins and stuff like that. And he went into Cedric the Entertainer, stealing his joke about driving a car and stuff like that, saying that Cedric stole it. But looking back, some parts Cedric did change, but the part where he's sitting in the chair driving in the wheel, it is very similar. And Katt Williams went in on Cedric about him not having sellout shows, and his show is not on Netflix no more, and Cedric did come back about that. So that was the thing about Cedric, and he really went in on Steve Harvey about his hair, how that wasn't really his hair, about people not really looking for somebody like him in movies, because he can only play one role in movies. And so he just really went in on and he kind of felt like they really didn't care for Bernie Mac. I believe, to me, Bernie Mac was the funniest one on Kings of Comedy to me. And I can say myself witness. I heard the Bernie Mac stand up, and then I heard Steve Harvey stand up, and I can say Steve Harvey did steal some stuff, because I heard things that Bernie Mac said in his stand up that Steve Harvey said. For example, when he's talking about when Bernie Mac talking about when black people go on break, they break. And I heard Steve Harvey say something similar, and I was like, it's not as funny. But I guess in this territory of comedy, that's the thing. People, stand up jokes, and it can be treacherous. I see in this world of comedy. He touched base a lot of people. He talked about earthquake. He talked about all types of stuff on this interview. Earthquake being illiterate. I believe that he should have not mentioned that. That's kind of private. I don't know if Earthquake was comfortable with him saying that. Even if it's true. Even if it's true or not true. I don't know if he was right saying that. But I think Shannon Sharp handled him well on the show. I think he handled him well. He kind of touched about Ludacris, and Ludacris clapped back with a freestyle talking about Ludacris joined Illuminati. He cut his hair off, and Katt Williams didn't. The sideburns and the braids and stuff like that. But it was an interesting interview, and like I said, it's viral. Everybody's talking about it on the internet, including me now. And so I saw the whole interview. Very interesting. I believe Katt Williams is coming out with a special soon. I think he said in March or May or something like that. Between those times, he coming out with a new stand-up, and so looking forward to that. and he got to stand on it. He got to come with it this time, because it's a whole lot. I think this Netflix is going to be one of the biggest specials on Netflix as far as stand up, because everybody interested in what he really got to say in his own own world on the stage. And so let me know what you thought about the interview. Thought it was very interesting. His point of view about things that transpired during his career. He touched about people saying he was on drugs and talking like, and referring to the Kevin Hart interview he had on Breakfast Club about him being on drugs and stuff like that. It was a lot of things going on, but I can't say, looking at it from the outside. But yeah, let me know what you think about this interview. It was a lot. He dropped a lot of gems about life. You only live once, and times goes by, and you have to live every day like it's your last. I thought that was very crucial, and about the truth coming out, about winners being on top. A lot of things. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he dropped a lot of life gems on this interview too, as well. And so appreciate y'all for watching. Open-minded conversations. And until next time, all right, peace.